you know actually come out and anopi show so my men call back to Ivan now I mean this kind of say there's a Monday no and IMF officials we do chroma and Minister of Finance a press conference na asema back one waka say they are going to make sure say the IMF no deal no is fast tracked so that we can have let's have a quick bite on that.
I think that is a joke of a statement coming from a finance minister who has run this particular country down. He has run this particular economy to the ditch, and he has no moral justification to be talking the way he's talking. IMF program, no? Yes, it is at his own interest to speed up negotiation because the economy at this stage is rather deteriorating, it's rotten. So it is in his interest to do something at least to just to manage the situation.
Okay, is it because Fitch as I'm downgrading from CCC to CC?
Yes, because the economy is deteriorating. Aside of that, then I feel it's a pansam. So quickening the IMF intervention, you know, coming to save him, not us. And he said, yeah, Abana Sabaya Ghana for Humbertono. I think that is that. I never catch us that these people have lost touch with reality. 3 million at least. Yenya, me say at least. I say we me say kind of negotiation no crunch. I say yenya $3 billion. Look at the current state of Ghana's economy, and go back and ask yourself the amount of money about Krum has saying. The sika ya bobosia, the many state assets I see a kamaje bosia. The capital market assets access to sika ya kwa jaba Kruma COVID-19 influence and as a form. NASA in the face of all this amount of money about Krum Haninano, Ghana ni one tono. Now my economy no you are running into the ditch and the economy is in the bunkers. And that this guy is telling you say $3 billion IMF being infused into the economy, no. The guy is disillusioned. He has lost touch with the reality. As a wujina ring ma o kontokwa. Na ya bow this na wunhu de. O yo hono. Nti o chasa wo to sabasa. That is what he's doing. Why is Obi confused? Because I was expecting say all Kasano Kobaka IMF negotiation is going on. Yes, we are progressing in our discussion. But on our part as government, you know, these are the measures we are putting in place to ensure, say, on our part, you know, something will be done to breathe certain fresh air into the economy. Did you hear any of such this thing from him? Because they have no clue, they have no plan, they have absolutely no intervention to address the challenges we are facing. And that is how dangerous the situation is. Then back to the question, say, where the same guy on the fringes side, or Mubisa say, Yamfa, a minor measure of Monsano. Occupy Ghana demonstration okay can for rata on and also matare no do kwa boniti na authentic. This is the guy who has come to run this particular economy into the bunkers. And I look at him upon all the money, and let me tell you something. In the history of this particular country, from Nkrumah time to Mahama time to Hwan to Akufo-Addo time Ghana and saka sika efe ni sika abanya ni saka sika efe ni dwete kudi in large amount Akufo-Addo government. Or also what demonstrating nothing but a reckless incompetence to the extent say we are running the economy to the ditch. Dollar we find 3 cities and there 10 cities and over.
But say Russia-Ukraine war, COVID-19.
That's what I'm telling you. So that justification is just a manufactured nonsense certain individuals have put together just to justify what is going on. It's just a manufactured nonsense. Because how do you justify this Ukraine-Russia war? Why are our neighbors not suffering the same pinch? Go to Cote d'Ivoire. The economy is not doing better, but Ghana is worse off. Go to Nigeria, it's worse off. And even if you want to use the economic statistics and the indicators to do your analysis, go to Cote d'Ivoire and ask them, so what is their inflation number? Go there and ask them. Go to Nigeria, go to Togo, the sub-region, inflation numbers now, you will be any your dollar, your CD was quite recently, your friends rated the worst performing currency. The economy has been rated junk. So how do you say the Ukraine-Russia war? And I'm asking you a question, and to the journalists who sit on radio and re-echoing or reinstating government assertion, which I have told you is nothing but a manufactured nonsense. Say a Ukraine-Russia war, and say Ghana, you shared trade in terms of whatever with Ukraine and Russia, saying, and then free Ukraine and Russia back. And the Russian embassy got angry and they issued statement through their Twitter page telling us, say, even on my no mudi jackets, you're crying, Ghana and come. You saw the list.
Yeah.
And I told you the countries no money or more yet jackets, your countries or more North Africa, Egypt, Morocco, Nimianum, or Mona, or Munu mudi jackets here. A job in Ghana, Russia and Ukraine, Edia and Intino, or more contact. Even countries near border Russia and Ukraine at the Eastern European corridors, or more they are not complaining. Even Russia and Ukraine are is not even complaining. How much more a distant country? Heaping all that has happened on COVID-19. But we don't fear the size of government. At the time, Ghana was trekking on the economic precipice, likely see ever falling into perdition. You know, our president was using a hard-won currency, hiring jet, or the genuine in the Mbiase. He never listened. He still moves around with a convoy, a large number of cars with a konyasikam no ordenam. V8 ya fuel a konyasimti eneno. Akufo-Addo ana 2016 ona medwam na ma edi banku edi apesie e wo dwam Keneshi market e to spa na bench so to spa na ene onama ya fuel V8 na ya fancy akonwa dam because baby we do no o free nipa level mu ya say water don't find it level nti onama akonwa ordinary person tena so ntena so bi nti onama akonwa di nachi tise bi o hena okwa dwabo. That is what he's doing. And upon all the criticisms on social media, upon the many reactions, Ghanaians, I feel so disrespectful, especially at this time the economy is broken. You know. He's unperturbed. He's not listening to anybody. What I say, and that is the crux of the situation. Banking sector cleaning up now, yeah. Now when we have other alternative, he could have done something. He decided out of political vindictiveness and political vendetta, no, he decided to crash banks, and at the end of the day, you know, created unemployment. 57,000 people lost their job. And the banking sector, and bank and I banking sector clean up, and the banks not very robust and resilient. You know, why is Fitch downgrading our banks? None of your banks, you know, more credit worthiness is junk as well, because the credible rating agencies, aside from rating Ghana economy junk, you know, they have downgraded all the banks because they are not credit worthy. So what is their sense of spending a fortune of about $25 billion, 25 billion Ghana cedis? Say, yeah, the air wreck the ship, yeah, the air wreck sinking banks, when we could have done the other thing. A lot of wisdom was spoken to these guys, but you see, as reckless as they have always been, they never listen to anybody. Okanyans assembly chiro almost we NDC ni. Okanyans assembly chiro almost we politics. Okanyans assembly chiro almost we anti-government. Okanyans assembly chiro almost say na uko school wa hefa. But they are not demonstrating wisdom. They are not demonstrating wit. They are not, your friend is saying, coming out with coherent policies and gender and gender hope and brief certain life into the economy. And so Ukraine-Russia war is no a justification, but rather a manufactured nonsense that is being spent by, your friend is saying, sponsors of governments just to cover their shame. That is what they are doing, because our promises are making no kruma. But we are waiting in Cambium. And now a poster boy for IT. He doesn't talk about the economy again. But now CD dollar now so arrested the Kinama IGP, you know. And then dollar no move na chiba umiande ba umiasha them. Because the dollar is all over. Oh, that's sorry. All the news you see the dollar. All publications you see the dollar. If you go out there on the street and people are having conversation, they talk about the dollar. At the international arena, when people are talking about Ghana, they talk about the dollar. But Baumia, nobody talks about Baumia. So dollar no nachi Baumia locking with them, and a dollar no pay and a dollar no nam. So shameful and so shameless. Especially if you go back 2016 and the many tweets he was putting out there. Your friend said the government was reckless, John Mahama was incompetent. the previous government was insensitive to the plight of Ghanaians. Now he had solid economic planner to revitalize the economy, putting up lectures and then as for the practical wisdom and the practical sense to translate those things into tangibles to ensure that the economy will stand on its feet. He never had them. Nothing but political narrative. So I think this people have reduced governance into like a joke. So people don't take governance serious again. That is why Ghana youth any trust in the institution called government. They have no, and you see, I didn't spread there go beyond even people in government. And what's your one thing? Ghana need GDO politicians to move because of things that these guys are doing. What I say? There are people who even advocate in the crowd or hanky, yes, people prefer. I listened to somebody who is a pensioner. He has been around for several years. He said, during the colonial days, he was in Ghana. Yes, now but the economic situation then was far better than what it is today. And I am telling people that the event that precipitated what Rollins and his other people did then, the various military juncture nearby, the circumstances situation leading to those things, they are worse off today.
Sure.
But just say we are a bit civil, but we all come to appreciate that democracy is the best, is our best belt, and there is no need to stoke fire. That is why we are accommodating these guys because but we have decided to use democratic instrument and also using instrument provided in the constitution by using demonstration and protestations and having a voice like this in the media to advocate for need for change. And I think that is what we are continuing to do. My culture said what we are doing, we are not motivated by malice. We are not on the pay card of anybody. We are not being sponsored by anybody. We are only trying to provoke a certain sense of nationalism and some kind of heritage, pride in the average Ghanaian. Say love for Ghana must transcend over love for party and love and partisan affinity and affiliation and whoever you think is in power doing anything at any point in time. If their activities, actions and inactions are threatening to wreck this particular country, we must stop them at all costs. And that's exactly what we are doing by trying to make people aware of current happenings in Ghana. And I think the time will come. Okay,
maybe your phone lines,